Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel where I review fitness tech, smartwatches, health related activities, and anything I feel like. Later tonight I'm dropping a video about those injectable peptides that you may have seen online for losing weight and bulking up. I'm dropping a video about the truth there, but tonight we have a new smartwatch review. This is the NX23 smartwatch. Now, if you've not seen one of my smartwatch reviews before, let me explain what's going to happen here. I'm going to take it out of the box, show you what comes out of the box, give you my initial thoughts, and then charge it, go away for a week or two, and wear it, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest review. I paid for this with my own money, and by my own money, I mean essentially your money. I monetize this site a little bit through doing these reviews, my YouTube channel that is. My channel is really about kayaking and outdoor fitness, but I do these tech reviews and smartwatch reviews to monetize a little bit, but what I do with that ad revenue is invest it right back into the channel to buy more devices to bring them to you so I can remain independent. Now, out of the box, we have a screen protector, a couple of wipes to prepare that screen. To apply that screen protector, we have a magnetic charger, which will snap on the back of the device. Let me take this protective cover off here. There we go. This charger will snap on magnetically this way. All right, we have the watch itself. Now, I chose to review this watch because it's the first one I've seen in sort of a horizontal rectangular form factor, and I think I just like the looks of it. It looks kind of badass. But it came with a spare band too, which is nice. That's always useful. It comes with a user manual that looks large and easy to read, which is kind of rare nowadays. Let me flip forward and see if I can quickly see what app it is using. Yeah, FitCloud Pro. So that will be the app. It comes with what looks like, well, here we have FitCloud. Well, they misspelled it, FitCloud Pro, but it should be FitCloud Pro, another typo. But yeah, it looks like maybe a quick start manual. Let me press the button, see if any juice is in this thing out of the box. Let me zoom in just a tad here. It looks like it has two buttons, upper right, bottom right. Let me press the upper right one, see if anything happens. And I'll give it a few seconds, and yeah, it just vibrated. Oh, it's booting up. Hello! So it looks like an initial screen here. There's the brightness, I think. Let me swipe down. Yeah, here's the brightness, settings, and it looks like it is going to have a flashlight feature here that will be on the side. That's nice. I like that. So, let's see. How do I get back to the main screen? Oh, no, don't want to do that. Don't know what I'm doing yet, folks. Literally, this is right out of the box. You're learning right along with me. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that screen. Wow, that's nice and big. Let's compare that to the round watch I'm wearing now. Yeah, I like the size of this rectangular horizontal screen. That's nice. Wow, that's crisp and clear. I really like that. But yeah, I think it's going to look good on the wrist. And I'm sure it's going to garner some comments along the way. So yeah, let me go charge it up, wear it, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest thoughts, which you will see in just a matter of a few seconds through the magic of editing. Okay, so I've been wearing this a couple weeks. Let's take a look at what we've got here. First of all, on the right side, you have two buttons, an upper right button, a lower right button, and the thing in the middle here is actually the flashlight or the torch. You can turn lift your wrist to turn the screen on. You can turn that on, or I usually turn that off just to save battery life. But you can turn the screen up. If you swipe down, you get into the settings here. I'll turn that screen all the way up. This has a crystal clear 2-inch ultra large widescreen display. It's really, really nice. It's 320 by 385 pixels. It's a TFT screen. I like it a lot. And let's go into the display here. I'm going to turn the screen time up for the purposes of this review, so when the screen comes on, you can tell it how long to stay on before it turns off again. Let's start from the start. Swipe down, up top to bottom. You get into some settings here, and know that the menu on the bottom here slides. You can scroll through here to get to your shortcuts, and one of those is the flashlight or the torch feature right there. So you can turn that on and off. That is a really good feature. I like that a lot. So you can get into your settings here. Obviously your brightness. You can control music from this from your smartphone. You can use it as a music controller. You have the time and date. And we'll get into all of this, folks, but at the main screen here, if we press and hold, we can look at some of the other watch faces that come with it. And there are plenty more that can be downloaded from the app to the watch. That one's kind of cool. I like that. But the display on the screen is definitely a major selling point. It's that widescreen format. It's easy to read. I like this a lot, and it's really unique. It looks different from most other smartwatches out there. This is obviously the screen I like the most. Now, if we scroll from right to left, we have our activity tracker for the day in terms of estimated kilocalorie burn, steps walked, and estimated distance walked. It has heart rate in here, and you can press this little button up here and it will take your heart rate. Now, it will not do this now because it knows it's not attached to my wrist, but it does do heart rate, and it has continuous heart rate measuring as well. Here is your sleep tracking. That's from the night before, and you can see your previous days of sleep. It will store it for up to 7 days. So that's good. We'll talk more about the sleep tracking in the app. It's got 100, I think 100 plus sports modes here. Plenty of them in here. And to start one, you would just go into the activity, press the button and start, and then just press a button to end it. Too little data to save, of course. It will pull in the weather from your smartphone when connected via Bluetooth Low Energy. Now, one thing I've noticed about this watch, it does not store this in memory. So you turn off that Bluetooth connection to your phone and this weather goes away, all right? But it will give me the weather for, the upcoming days here. And we can add some other widgets here. The only one I don't have is that music controller to control that music from your phone. And let's go back to the start here. Sleep, sports, weather, and we're back to the beginning. All right, so a shortcut menu is to press that bottom right button, and that gets you a shortcut to your sports modes. Let's swipe up. This gets you to your SMS messages. That works just fine. I've been testing it. I erased my messages for this review because the messages I got are personal with people's names and numbers, but trust me, that works. It's got a built-in speaker and microphone right here on the left side. I've also done some Bluetooth calling with this, and it works well. It's got volume control. Again, it's not a SIM device. You have to be connected to your phone via Bluetooth Low Energy to make and take those calls. And if we press this upper button twice, that gets us into all the various other settings. Now, let's start at the top and just run through everything this thing has. There's that telephone mode. You can get to your keypad and call logs. You can import your contact list if you wish, call records, a voice assistant, the data, that's that progress bar that I showed you previously. Another way to get the workout mode, workout records. I've done a couple activities with this, and it gives you your heart rate and beats per minute, estimated kilocalorie burn, steps, and that type of information. All good stuff. I think it does a pretty credible job tracking workouts. This is not a GPS watch, so keep that in mind. It's got that heart rate, sleep mode. This will take blood pressure, and I have a persistent commenter on this channel who keeps saying I'm misleading people, these features don't work. Hey, I'm telling you what features this watch has. I'm also telling you this is not a medical device. Don't trust any medical diagnostic information from any of these smartwatches, really. This one included. It's not a medical device, so it's not going to be accurate for blood pressure or SpO2. All right, but the data is here. It's for your reference only. Don't treat it as medical data. Here's another way to get the messages, weather, 28-day cycle tracking, that music controller. You can do some breath training. It's got a smart stopwatch and timer. You can set various alarms to have it vibrate and wake you up. Collection code. You can enter in some payment information here. Business cards, same thing. Find your phone feature. It's got a calculator. It's got built-in calendar. You can use it as a remote camera shutter trigger, one connected via Bluetooth with your phone. You can press this button and your phone will take a picture. And then this is another way to get into the settings. Display, brightness, screen time, raise to wake. Here's where you would turn that on and off. That's the basics around the watch. Again, really sharp looking device. Let's go look at the app. And the app here is going to be Fit Cloud Pro. I've reviewed this app several times before, but I'll do it again. I like it. It's pretty concise. It's easy to navigate. Right on the main screen, to update it or pull the data from your watch, you just swipe down and you'll see it syncing the data. But there's your step count for the day. That's how much of your predetermined or your own defined goal you've achieved. I've done 290% of my step count for the day. Estimated kilocalorie burn, distance walked. Here are your sports records, and you can see the records here in the app. It gives you your duration, number of steps, kilocalorie burn, average heart rate, average speed, average pace, average step frequency, and average stride length. So that's that. You can get into your sleep mode from last night. It gives you the time spent in deep sleep, light sleep, and awake times, and you can go back and look over the weeks and the months, and you can see I've worn this a couple weeks here to give it a good test. Here's that heart rate in beats per minute. Here's that blood pressure. And here is that SpO2 or blood oxygen saturation. You can press this health measurement button and it will take all those kind of measurements at the same time. Here's where you would get into the device. You see it's the NX23. Now this particular one is branded as ESTG, but I've also seen this branded under the Lokmat name. All right, so but both times it's model NX23. Wallet, business card, push notifications. Here's where you decide what notifications you want sent from your phone to the watch. There's plenty of them in there. You can turn on an activity reminder if you wish, a drink water reminder. Here is your dial library. And like I said, there's plenty in here, and you can just choose one you like and then push it to the device. Sports push. Kind of the same thing. You can choose sports from the app and push those to the watch so they're stored in memory. Weather reports. Maybe that's why it lost. We'll test this. I'll turn that on. Maybe it'll store the weather in memory now. We'll see. And here's where you would turn on the raise to wake. That is when you lift your wrist, the watch will light up automatically. Again, I always turn that off just to save battery life. You can set an elevated heart rate warning. Automatic health monitor. I've got this enabled, and again, you can set times of when you want it to measure your heart rate, and throughout the day. You can change it from 12 to 24-hour time if you wish. You can shake the watch to take that photograph too, and you can restore factory settings. Click down on this little me on the bottom right here. Here's where you can change units from metric to imperial, Celsius to Fahrenheit. And I had somebody mock me online for using the old term centigrade. Just a little fun fact. You can connect to Google Fit if you wish. You can do Health Connect, and you can connect to Strava as well. You can run in the background, and you can get into your settings here also. The app is pretty straightforward. I like it. It's really basic but comprehensive, and it's intuitively easy to understand how to get into settings and how to change things. So that's it for the app. I'll come right back with my final thoughts on the watch. Alright, so I'm going to come back and go to weather and see if it's now stored in memory. No, it is not, so I'm not sure what that setting in the app actually did. You have to be connected to Bluetooth. And let me zip through here while it's on my wrist. Here's where you would take that heart rate. You press that button, it will measure your heart rate. All right, if we press that top button again, we get back into the menu where we started earlier in this review. And this is where you would get to the blood pressure and the blood oxygen saturation. This does have the red diodes in it for doing SpO2, and I'm going to flip it that way and you can see that red diode blinking. So it's got the red diode, the green diode, and the white diode in this watch. You have to take these on demand. You cannot set this up to go automatically. That's one downside of this watch. You have to actually go in, navigate to the menu, and press these manually when you want to take these measurements, all right? And trust me, that one works. I'm just not pressing the hotspot apparently. So yeah, you see that? Looks like a windshield wiper going back and forth. It means it's taking that blood pressure measurement. So there it is. It's got an alloy metal body. It's 55 grams in total. It's IP68 waterproof. I've seen this selling anywhere from about $17.99 up to about $24. I bought this with my own money on AliExpress. My opinion on this watch, I think it's an incredible value for that price point. I think the watch layout, this widescreen design, is very unique and it sets it apart, and it's very different looking. I think if you want a basic smartwatch for under 25 bucks, check this one out. I'll drop a link below. Thanks for watching. This channel is mostly about my kayaking adventures. Check me out at davethekayaker.com. I do these reviews just to monetize this channel a little bit. And this is the first time in a long while where I do not have any more smartwatches in the queue. So I'm probably going to take a little break here. I'm not seeing a whole lot new in terms of features. This one I chose just because the layout is different. The shape of the watch is unique, and that's why I picked this one to review. I don't see any really new features coming out in smartwatches, and they're all starting to look pretty much the same. So until that changes, I'm going to take a little break, but it's also spring, so I'm going to be outdoors doing my kayaking and hiking and outdoorsy stuff, and whatever gear I get my hands on, I will bring those reviews to you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and attention so much. If you would give this video a like, share it, leave a comment, that all helps me spread the word about this channel. Thank you so much.